Hi friends, my name is Megan and welcome to my 19th Flosstube video. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for coming to spend some time with me today. Today is December 6th, I believe, Sunday. How's everybody doing? I know things are still crazy out there. I hope everybody's safe and well and healthy. It's so crazy, like in every work email, people are always signing, hope you're safe and well, hope you're safe and healthy, and it's just like, oh man, that's so weird. It's nice, but it is still strange. We've been doing pretty good here. Quentin was set to go back to school a few days a week, but they have gone back to all virtual learning, which is more to my comfort level anyways, but you know, he's doing fine. Aaron is good too. He got home from work a little early today, so he actually went upstairs so I could film this. He turns 40 this month on the 18th, and so I decided to surprise him this year. Instead of doing one big present on his birthday, I'm doing the Advent style, so every day from, well, November the 30th, because I accidentally bought 26 presents. He gets to open a present every day at random, and so that has been super fun. It was so hard to keep that secret because I'd been buying them for a while, like a long while. I had been buying them, but it's just to see how happy it makes him. He doesn't buy much for himself, and you know, he works his butt off for us, and I want to celebrate him. So we've been doing that all month, and that has been so much fun. I'm okay. Work stress is very high, as normal. It's just higher right now. But I've been trying to craft my way through my stress, which I will show you guys here shortly. We've also been playing a lot of chess. Aaron grew up playing chess, and I never really had an interest in it, but he wore me down and he finally taught me how to play. That was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and he taught Quentin that Friday after Thanksgiving, and we're all hooked, and Quentin's got his friends playing, and I normally try to give myself like 2 hours of stitching time in the evening from 7 to 9 because 9 o'clock is bedtime, and now that's down to 1 hour because from 8 to 9 we've been playing chess. But it's been a lot of fun to sit and spend that time together, and we're all really enjoying it. Our Thanksgiving was nice. It was quiet. You know, it was just me and Aaron and Quentin here. We still made too much food. So I guess that doesn't change, and you know, Christmas will be the same. It's just different, you know. But I have a great bit to show you today, I feel. I've got some knitting and, oops, sorry, I shook the camera. Some knitting and some crochet. I've got whips and new starts, and I think I have one finish in here, 2 finishes. I've got a little bit of stuff that has come in the mail. I will say I've been stress stitching, but not necessarily stress shopping, which is kind of unusual for me. Excuse me. So let's get started. I'm going to do the knitting and crochet first to get that out of the way. Last time I spoke with you, I was working on an cow. It's called the Outlander Cow. It's by Von Poppy on TikTok. She has a shop as well, but this was like a free learn to knit tutorial that she had put up on there. And I finished that. I used, what is this? Lion Brand Hometown yarn in Napa Valley Pinot. It's just like an inexpensive yarn I got on Amazon, and this thing is huge. Here it is. It's all done. Hers is not this wide. I had bigger, I just had to start it right away, and I just had bigger needles than what she used. So this is pretty wide, but it's super soft and super squishy, and like when you wear it, it's just like, oh, so nice and warm. And this is not a color I guess I would normally pick, but my jacket, my little peacoat, is kind of a gray-green, and this color looks really nice with it. And it is definitely starting to get cold here in Maryland, so I should be able to start wearing this soon. I also started and finished a crochet project. I got this yarn from the Lemonade shop. There's the information, and it's in their house stock weight. It's called Book Nook. And I only had the one skein of it, and I wasn't sure what to do, so I went to Pinterest and I looked for some one skein shawl patterns, and I found this one called the Tendril Shawl, and it's by Annie Design Crochet. She also on the pattern has a little video that gets you started with it. It's a 4 repeat pattern, and here it is. I have not blocked it or woven in the ends yet, but it's this beautiful purple color. Our lighting might be weird. It's sunny, but not sunny in the house today. So I have an extra light behind us, so we'll see how this goes. But this was super fun. I don't think I've ever made anything quite like this before. So there's that, and I have not much left. I just wasn't sure if I could get another repeat out of it, so I have that little bit left. I'll have to figure out something to do with that. I've got a couple other yarn related projects that I would like to get started working on. This is the time of year, right? In the summer it's too hot, so I gotta get it all out of my system right now. All right, moving on to cross stitch. When last we spoke, and I went through all of my dark October stitching, I was working on Raven Bewitched by Blackbird Designs, which looks like this. And I am keeping this in this beautiful bag that I purchased from my friend Diana. It is Kismet. I love this bag. Gorgeous. I am stitching this in all of the called for colors. Which are these. I love when I get to use that beautiful red. So pretty. And I am stitching this on 36 count Bramble by Picture This Plus. And here's where I got to. Bring it in a little bit so you can see the colors. This is very enjoyable because when you're tired and you don't want to think, and you're just doing the same thing over and over, but in different colors, this was great after work stitching. Oops. So that's where I got on that one. Now, this next project was not a planned start. Like, I knew I wanted to stitch it eventually, but I didn't have plans on starting it when I did. Election this year in the US was extremely stressful, and I stress started this project on election night. This comes from the We Live in Hope booklet from Blackbird Designs. I have stitched and finished this. I stitched this at the beginning of the year, I guess like in March. I stitched that, and I started Home from Sea, which is the other smaller sampler pattern that's in here. I kept all the colors that I used from We Live in Hope because I had changed all the colors and I had to add a few more in, but these are a mess. Like, there's all kinds of colors here. I'm not using all of them, or some of them I'm changing, and it's just, however it's happening, it's happening. And I started this on Pearwood 36 count by Color and Cotton. It was the July 2020 fabric month. And so I started this on election night and just picked away at it a little bit here and there for the next few days. Oh, the heat just kicked on, if you could hear that. But this is where I got to. I got a good start on the border and that beautiful rose. I love it. And a little start on the boot. So I'm not sure when I'll get back to that. It should go pretty quickly once I do. But I don't know. So after that, my birthday came, and if you guys have been watching me, you know that I had a sampler that I had been working on for my birthday. And that was the Agnes Eland Hicks sampler by Canterbury Designs. And this is what it was meant to look like. And this was my birthday sampler because it's dated November the 9th, which is my birthday. And I changed all the colors in this, and I indeed finished it on my birthday. I don't have the flosses with me. There was color and cotton, some Moselle silk, some Victorian Motto, and DMC 310. I stitched this on 32 count Old Farmhouse linen by Not Forgotten Farm. And she's kind of big. Here is my finish. And I wanted this to be in grays. And that's what I did. And I absolutely love it. So I did keep her name on here. But I added my initials in a little cartouche at the bottom, which was hard because M's are big letters. So I had to make the M and the R touch each other. Hopefully you're able to see that okay. It shows up fine in real life. And I had already stitched this whole piece here prior to figuring out if my initials would even fit. And I wasn't going to rip all that out. So, and then I added the date, 2020, at the bottom. That's when I finished it. And I love it. Oh, the verse on this says, no room for mirth or trifling here, for worldly hope or worldly fear, if life so soon is gone, if now the judge is at the door, and all mankind must stand before the inexorable throne. So, that is done. Out of the whip pile. I take off on my birthday, and I always keep Quentin home from school on that day because that's my birthday gift to myself, is spend the whole day with my kid. And I do the same thing on his birthday. I keep him home from school and we just spend the day together. So I finished that earlier in the morning, and then later that day I had my new birthday start. And that start was Miss LucyCalcutta 1825 by Just Stitching Along. And this is what she's meant to look like. She stitched in DMC. There is an Shawl conversion as well, but it's all DMC. Quite a few. What I'm doing is, because I'm working it like page by page for the most part, if there's a motif that goes on to the next page, then I'll finish off the motif. But I've just been pulling the colors like for that page to keep it kind of organized because there are a lot of colors. And I am keeping this, I don't know if I had this the last time I saw you, I can't remember, but I'm keeping it in this beautiful bag by Jen at Delicious Threads. I love it. It's beautiful. It's got these great polka dots on the inside. And that's the companion piece, LucyCalcutta 1826 in there. And if you guys will remember, a while ago, I got myself a yard of 25 count fabric because just plain white, because I wanted to do some samplers on them just to save on wall space. And so that's what I started Miss LucyCalcutta on. I just cut off a piece that she would fit on, and I dyed it with some Rit. And here's where I got. Excuse the hanging threads there. Pull it in a little bit. I picked the sampler because there's no over 1 in it, so all of this is now just over 1. But I think it is looking really, really good. I'm really happy with it. Actually, this motif right here was one of my favorite ones on there, so I was happy that I got to stitch that first. And this one, I will say, was tricky because it went over 4 pages. So, like, part of it was on page 1, part of it was on page 2, and then 3, so 4 and 5 is where you kind of finish up this bottom. And because it's a book format, it was a little tricky, so hopefully that's right. I don't know if I'll be counting anything off of the bottom of this, but I love her. I like the bright colors. They were fun to work with. I don't get to work with a lot of pinks and stuff, so I think she's beautiful. She's not going to be giant, and I cannot wait to get back to her. Alright, I did say in my last video that I was going to try to remember to do some dark 13 stitching, where you work on something dark on the 13th of every month, and I did remember to set a reminder in my phone, and I did actually manage to do that. So I have all these new whips from Dark October, so I pulled out one that I really love, and that is Morning Tree Sewing Bag by Stacey Nash Primitives. And that is what it's meant to look like. And I picked my own colors for this. Color and Cotton, Victorian Motto, and this is a week's, but I don't remember what color it is. And this is a little floss ring by Kathy at Crafty Cat. And I love it, and I think she still has some on her Etsy site. I am stitching this on 36 count Patina by Seraphim Fabrics. And here's where I'm at. So I only worked on it on the 13th, but I was working on filling in the branches on this side. So I added leaves. I'm assuming these are supposed to be rose hips. I'm not sure. I think I added that one and started on that one. So that was fun to pull that out for a night and just give it a little bit of love. Right. After that, I pulled out a whip that I hadn't worked on since probably last November. Is that when I started it? I can't remember for sure, but I think it was. I was stitching this with my friend Melissa. We started it together, and that pattern is Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street. I stitched this on a 36 count linen in sterling by Color and Cotton, again, using all of the called for colors. And I did finish it. And there are a lot of colors in this pattern. I stitched it 1/2. So you can see there's quite a lot left. So even though it was kind of a big investment to get all of these colors, and I did that over a period of time, all of these get to go back in my stash. And so I've got plenty for more projects. And here is my finish. I love it. I think it's so sweet and so cute, and I can see why it's such a popular pattern. The colors are fun, the stitching was fun, even that house, it, you know, sometimes you kind of slug through doing stuff like that. Nope, I loved it. I love doing that brickwork. So yeah, there's my finish on that. Happy to have that out of my whip pile. All right. I feel like I'm drinking a lot today. It's super dry in here. I'm not used to talking this much. So the next whip that I pulled out was something that I really didn't even intend to give any serious time to or to work on, but something about it was just really calling me, and so I decided to work on it. That is, it's called the Friendship Sampler by Roger W. Reinardi, and it comes out of this Leisure Arts leaflet number 263. And I'm doing this one down here, which there's a close-up of the finish, and it says, "Give me a friend with whom I can be silent," because really, that's my favorite kind of friend too. There is a kind of interesting story about the artist in here. I guess he was like doing really well and he was super successful. This is from 1983, by the way. And so, you know, he was showing his art in these galleries in Los Angeles, and so him and his wife decided to take a little break, and they went for a trip through the Pacific Northwest in Canada for a vacation. And then they ended up contracting hepatitis from drinking contaminated water, and their recovery was so expensive that they started designing and doing needlepoint to make their money back. And I guess he eventually became a very successful designer. So anyways, I just thought that was interesting. I'm doing this in the called for DMC, which I didn't bring over because there's a whole bunch of them, and I know this is a color and cotton, but I also don't have the tag for that, so I can't really give you a whole lot of information either way, but this is where I got to on it. Before I only had kind of this center here, and I'd worked up to this one leaf, so almost all of this is new work. And I will say that all this dark brown up here, that's I had to take some liberties up there. I don't know, I was just having a really hard time counting on this. All the blue is half stitches, but this has been fun to work on, more fun than I thought it would be. I'm glad that I gave it some time, and I've got some other things that I want to work on now, but I would really like to get this done. So I've been working on that, and then just yesterday I decided to have a new start, and I'm not sure why I decided to start this, because I didn't really enjoy doing the one that I did last year, but I guess, well, I have everything to do it, so I'm gonna give it a try again, and that is the Ball Ornaments by Heartstring exemplary. I stitched this one last year, and I just started this one here. I won't lie, these are not easy to do. At least for me, these are not easy to do. The effective is really cool. So we'll see. That's how, I've got floss in there I'm using. That's how far I got yesterday, which is not too bad. This one is going, I feel, quicker than the last one, I guess because in my brain I have a better like kind of plan of attack for stitching on the mesh. It just gets really tricky when you get over to the sides, because it's not, like, these are kind of square enough, but on the sides it gets very rectangular, I guess, and harder to count. Also, the other thing about stitching with these, like, you can see the reflection just from that little light right there. So if I've got my stitching light directly over it, which I need to see the holes, it also has a shiny reflection on it. So I don't know, we'll see what happens here. I was in a mood yesterday and I decided to start it. And the only other thing that I have been working on, I don't have a picture to show you. It's a PDF and I just printed off the chart. I decided that I'm gonna try to get in the Christmas spirit and make us some ornaments. Night Spirit Studio, for their Black Friday sale, 50% of their proceeds from their sales was going to the Navajo Nation COVID Relief Fund. I believe that's correct. So I actually bought quite a few patterns from them. I've really liked their patterns for a while and hadn't purchased them, so I thought that was a perfect time. I think they ended up being able to make a $400 donation, which is killer. That's awesome. So the first one I started, they've got, I think, 4 different ornament patterns on there. So I got 3 of them, one for me, Aaron, and Quentin. And I started the first one, which is the coffin ornament. And this is 20 count black Lugana. And I wish I had more of this. Like, this is a big old, you know, a big old piece of fabric here. But I wish I had like a yard of this, because I don't know, I'm really, really, really enjoying stitching on it. And I'm stitching it, you know, just over 1, and it's only 3 colors. 3 colors of DMC. So it's going pretty quickly. I'm probably going to work on this later tonight and I might be able to finish it up. Like this little swirly bit is not much, and then it just repeated on this side, and then there's a rose in the middle of this one. What were the other 2 I got? Do I remember? The skull. And I can't think of what the other one is. Whatever. You'll see them when I stitch them. So that's fine. Alright. So that's everything that I have been working on. I feel pretty good about the progress that I made and the starts that I had, and I really enjoyed all those projects. So all that's left is what came in the mail, and like I said, it is not very much compared to the normal amount of things that I have come in the mail. But that's okay. First, what comes monthly. Let's see. These are my September Silks for You. Silk of the month. Beautiful. These are all gorgeous. And then here is October, and October is slightly brighter than September. Those are very bright. I'm not sure what I'll do with that pink there, but beautiful nonetheless. These are some bright, happy colors for like when it gets dreary outside. So that was nice to open. Also, my fabric of the month from Color and Cotton came. This was a 32 count Belfast in the color Corn Husk. Like a beautiful light gold color. I love all of her fabrics. I've never been disappointed by one of her fabrics, and they're lovely to stitch on. I highly recommend them. All right. I placed an order with Extra Design for my birthday. And she always sends a little piece, a little extra of something. I've gotten silk from her before as like a little extra, sometimes a little piece of fabric. That's all blown out, but this was a little piece of 40 count in gray sand, which is really nice. It's like a gray with almost an orangey color in it. I got some floss. This is Silk Indigo Sky. I really like her matte base flosses. I really enjoy stitching with them. I love the look of them, so I got some of those. This is my little bluebird. Mary Green. This one's a little suspect, Black Raven. That's not black, but it's okay. It's beautiful. And Old Beggar. Another beautiful gray. I got Beaver Gray in her silk. This is Dark Dewberry. This is not matte, this is just her regular. It's more purple in real life. And I got 2 of her other silks, which in antique blue, which is gorgeous. I also got 2 pieces of linen. The first is a 40 count in Marbled Bunny, which this will probably just look white. Not sure if you can really see that. Nice pretty creamy color with a little bit of modeling. And then I also got a piece of 36 count in My Little Dove, which that is not true to color at all. It's more of a like bluish purple. But what are you gonna do? So So those are gorgeous. I can't wait to find some projects to put on those. My next purchases came from Kitten Stitcher. I don't know if everybody else is enjoying her treasure chest as I am. I have like a little reminder on my phone so I can go and check every day and see if she's posted anything new. And so I've had a lot of fun going through the stuff that she's had up there, and sometimes I find things and sometimes I don't. This first thing is actually something I didn't order from her. She sent it to me accidentally, and then but I like it. And I told her I would have to like pay for it, so she ended up selling it to me at wholesale, which was pretty cool. This is the Spot Motif Embroidery, circa 1640 by the Scarlet Letter. Most of these are going to be Scarlet Letter. So that's pretty cool. I got Sally Hunt, 1795. That's a kit. I got Sally Morse, 1795. That's a cute little sampler. That should be pretty quick. Again, a kit. I got the Black Griffin. I don't know if I've ever seen this one before, but I think that's pretty cool. You can see that. Looks like that. And I got Abigail Bragdon's sampler. Does it say on here the year? That. And then the other thing that I got is the Marietta Stevens sampler by the Exemplary Sampler Collection. And I knew it came as a kit, but I wasn't expecting it to come in like this little box here. Hopefully you can see the sampler okay. It's Marietta Stevens, 1801, and it comes with all kinds of stuff, historical stuff about Deerfield, a little place for you to write your information, like a ton of information. The way the chart is done, there's like separate charts for all the over one. Sorry, there's a cat on the table, which is really nice. And then it comes with all the floss. Floss there, and the linen. I think this is a 28 count linen. Just a plain linen, but it's very pretty. Sorry, I see the cats are trying to get into stuff. Alright, and then I got a few things from Stash and Load. I got this little kit by Not Forgotten Farm called My Needle is Sharp. It says My Needle is Sharp and My Hand's Swift. Looks like this. And it came with these scissors and the DMC. And so the fabric that is called for to stitch it on is hand-dyed cupboard cloth. And I thought that maybe what this was backing fabric, but it calls for different backing fabric. I'm not sure what this fabric is for. I mean, it looks stitchable, but maybe not enjoyable to stitch on. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure what I'll use this for, if I'm going to try to stitch on it or not. It's pretty. I like the look of it. From eBay, I got Bluebird's Message by Blackbird Designs. I've been trying to get this one for a while and finally was able to do so. I think this came Stash and Load maybe, I can't remember. I finally broke down and got Sewing Club by Blackbird, and I want to start everything in here. Also, this was something that I had thought about a couple different times, more than a couple different times, but I had not really put a lot of effort into hunting it down, and then it popped up at a price that I was okay with, and that is And They Sinned. This is not something that I would be ready to start anytime soon, but it is really, really, really pretty. I also got from Barrack Samplers 1848 Reproduction. girls. And I guess that's it. So I hope everybody's doing well. I know the holiday season is always crazy, and this year maybe more stressful, trying to make some decisions about what's right to do. But I hope you guys get through it okay. I hope you're all wearing your mask. I hope you're staying home as much as possible and washing your hands if you go out. I know, so yesterday we went out and we got our Christmas tree, and it was a great experience. We go to the same place every year. Distance, mask wearing, you know, it felt good and safe, but I know still for me, going out and having those kinds of interactions with other people, it just exhausts me. I was like kind of done for when we got home after that. So I hope you all are taking care of yourselves. I probably won't be back until after the new year. And we'll do like the year-end wrap-up and a whip parade and all that fun stuff, so that'll be fun to look forward to. I don't know, I'm just gonna start rambling now, so I need to, or I guess I have been. I need to stop. All right, bye everybody. Love you.